Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to Google Trends Hub. Today we're talking about the latest smartphone from Google that's got everyone buzzing, the Pixel 9a. When it comes to camera capabilities, the 48MP primary sensor on this phone is a major highlight. It's smaller than what you'd find in the flagship Pixels, but Google's image processing takes center stage here. The dynamic range is impressive, with excellent exposure control that preserves detail in both bright and dark areas of the frame. But what really sets this camera apart is its night sight feature. This clever technique gathers data over several seconds to brighten images in low-light conditions. And I mean super low light, we're talking about shots that would be pitch black without any assistance. Google's algorithms do a fantastic job of enhancing these images, making it feel almost supernatural. Now, we should note that the 13MP ultra-wide lens is still on board, and it delivers great results for landscape outdoor shots with only mild distortion at the edges. This is particularly useful when you're trying to capture sweeping vistas without any noticeable artifacts. But what about the AI-powered macro photography? It's a unique approach that uses the main camera instead of a dedicated sensor or autofocus. And surprisingly, it works quite well, although details are sharpest right in the center of the frame, with some distortion creeping into the edges. In terms of telephoto capabilities, this phone isn't going to blow you away. 2x digital zoom is all we get here. However, Google's image processing helps to make the most of it, producing photos that look almost as sharp at longer focal lengths as those from phones with multiple lenses. One thing worth noting is that the Pixel 9a has a slightly slower shutter speed than some of its competitors. This can be noticeable in certain situations, especially when you're trying to capture motion without blur. But overall, Google's approach here is consistent with their philosophy of keeping shutter speeds high, which means less blur and more natural-looking images. So what makes the Pixel 9a so compelling? For starters, it has the same great version of Android as the more expensive Pixels, plus a generous 7 years of guaranteed updates. That's a huge advantage over many other phones out there that can't even promise you 2 years' worth of security patches. Battery life is another major selling point. This phone is good for days on end without needing a recharge, especially considering its relatively modest price tag. Of course, we're not going to sugarcoat it. The Pixel 9a's camera isn't the best out there. That distinction goes to the flagship Pixels themselves, which offer more advanced features and higher quality hardware. But when you consider what else this phone brings to the table, a solid processor, snappy performance, and a robust feature set at an affordable price point of just $499. It's hard not to be impressed. So if you're in the market for a new smartphone without breaking the bank, the Pixel 9a is definitely worth considering. Its strengths make up for its limitations, and with Google's long support commitment, you can trust that this phone will stay secure and supported for years to come. Thanks for joining me on this look at the Google Trends Hub. Don't forget to subscribe for more news, reviews, and trends from around the tech world.